Hello, Taurus, queens and kings. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. This is your reading for August 2024. Today we are invoking our Lion King and Lion Queen energy vibes for your reading. It is Leo season. We're going to be doing a yummy Celtic cross reading today. We're going to then close off the reading with an oracle card from the Earth Warriors Oracle, which is a really, really cool deck. So, Taurus, always remembering that this is a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. You can check out your sun, moon, rising, and north node for additional context and texture, and then be sure to check out the description below for all the important links, including how to book a personal reading. Okay, Taurus, let's do this. Whew, the month of August for Taurus. Taurus, in your current situation, you have the Two of Cups, romance, partnership, getting along, having a nice time with someone else, and it's crossed by the Empress. This is really, really beautiful energy. The cross can sometimes be a challenge, so maybe there's a little bit of you trying to establish or make sure that you preserve some of your individuality, maybe some solitude and some alone time just for you in this partnership, because it's your focus, but you also don't want to forget about yourself. We'll get some clarifiers. In your needed focus area, you have the Ten of Swords. There may be a cycle or something, a habit or something that you're trying to bring to an end. You definitely have a lot of allies in this situation trying to help you defeat whatever this is, but looks like you're letting something go. And speaking of letting go, in the past position, you have the Knight of Cups. I'm wondering if that doesn't have to do with maybe some vision of love that you held before that you realized maybe wasn't healthy. Maybe you have been working on maturing your idea of what a partnership and relationship should look like. In your strength, you have the Nine of Swords. Now, this is really interesting because you have this Ten of Swords in your needed focus. In your strength is the Nine of Swords. So whatever it is that you're letting go of, this habit or this cycle that you're bringing to an end, it could be with the kind of partners that you're choosing based on what I'm seeing in this reading. That would make sense that you're kind of graduating and you're using the strength of what you've learned from maybe having some sort of preconceived notion about relationships and partnerships, or adopting somebody else's thoughts about what it should be. And now you're coming into your own thoughts and you're establishing more healthy boundaries in that area. In the future, you get the Devil card. So this is going to be something to look out for. This might be something, a new challenge that arises, because sometimes when we get over one thing and we work through that, then there's something else that has to come up. It may be just something to do with how you want to maybe try to control things. It could be a little bump in the road that comes from this old cycle that you're letting go. It could be Capricorn energy. You could be bumping into someone. It could be something at work that comes up. So that's showing up. We'll get clarifications. In the advice and support, you got the Five of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here, Taurus, is that it may be time for you to really be focusing on what brings you that safety and security that you really like, and kind of doing a scan of your life and seeing where that safety and security is and where it is not. And in the areas where it is not, really working on opening up into securing those areas for yourself. Now, that may bump up against the energy of control and the Devil, because there are things we just don't have control over. We're really not in control of a whole lot of things, but there are certain things that we can make sure are more to our liking and more aligned with who we are and help us in our own embodiment. And I think that's what I'm sensing there for you. In the environment, you get the Judgment card. It looks like you might be in an environment of forgiveness right now. It would make sense if you are letting go a cycle of maybe how you viewed and interpreted partnership, and that is changing, that is getting restructured, and that is coming to a place where you're actually freeing yourself from the bonds of the way you were thinking then. Okay, so I'm really excited to clarify this reading because there are some powerful energies going on here, and it looks like you're doing a nice job of moving through them. In your hopes and fears, you have the Queen of Swords, so you're hoping that you can gain clarity of mind, that things won't be as confusing as maybe they have been in the past. You really want to strengthen your own boundaries, your own beliefs, and your own system of mental alignment within. In the potential outcome, you have the Four of Cups. Now, most of the time I see the Four of Cups as kind of a bit of a, you may not be paying attention to the universe, but in this case, I almost get that this would be you tuning more into the universe and having more of a relationship there. Okay, I think it's time for some clarifiers, Taurus. This is really interesting here. Let's get this Two of Cups. That is what's going on for you right now, your current situation. The Two of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Whew. So Taurus, as I'm tuning into your energies, there's this little bit of element in here, and it seems like it might be you getting jealous. Okay, so at times when your partner or whomever it is you're connected to here turns away and is focused on other things, it really seems like you get defensive about that. You get a little bit jealous. That may be something you need to check on there as to why. I don't get that they're going away and moving away from you in like some way of like intentionally to hurt you, or there's someone else involved. I'm not getting any of that energy. I'm getting this is more maybe something taking up their time that you're a little bit jealous of. This could be a child or another person in their family who's demanding some attention, something like that. But when they turn away to deal with that or pay attention to it, you get a bit defensive, and I think you're going to have to keep an eye on that. Now, the Empress came up in the challenge position, and this is you maybe taking that opportunity and catching those times where you get a little bit jealous to focus back in on yourself. Remember, our emotions come up as indicators, and I see it being important for you to be able to catch that, and this partnership shows you that. So the Empress, this would be turning the focus back on you. You got the Three of Pentacles and the Tower. Oh, Taurus. I think you have a hard time with this, okay? It's in you. Innately, you know how to focus on yourself, to bring people and situations together that support your vision and your mission. Okay, outside of this partnership, this would be your vision, your mission, what's going on in your life. You know how to do it, but you're choosing not to. And every time you choose not to, and every time you get caught up in the whirlwind of maybe a little bit of jealousy with your partner, or when, it's kind of like when they go off to work, you should be going off to work. When they're going and giving somebody else attention, you should be going and giving yourself attention. Or, kind of like, it's like there's this call and cry for not codependence, but interdependent, where both people can do their independent things, but then they also come together and work together on things. There's a little bit of a disconnect here, and I think you're struggling a bit to really focus on yourself. And the Tower coming in like that tells me that it's quite important, that you cannot ignore doing that. You cannot ignore working on your own priorities, your own vision, your own mission, and putting yourself first. In fact, I think that may be one of the things that you've missed out on from having before in relationships. And so if you don't prioritize it now, you may recreate some old patterns. Your needed focus here is the Ten of Swords. Letting go. Letting go, letting go. Full moons might be a really good time for you. Clarifying the Ten of Swords, you got the Death card. And the Ten of Swords to me is the minor arcana version of the Death card. So yes, you need to let things go. And you got the Strength card, which is the Leo, Queen or King energy there. So I love that that's coming up for you. This reinforces what I said and why the universe would be stopping you in your tracks there when you're not able to focus back in on yourself because you've got too much attention into the partnership. And it's, you know, maybe part of you doubts that this other person will see you as their partner, as their love when you go and focus on yourself. There's almost like this element of you're holding on like too tightly to them, in the sense of like you think if you go and focus on yourself for a little while, you're going to lose them. There's that kind of feeling here. But you have to let go of these fears, Taurus, because they're really things that your greater being needs you to understand. And I think it comes back to the pull I get, and it's almost like the solar plexus area where we shine and we radiate our light and our confidence and our esteem. It's almost like I feel you being pulled by the universe, like by what you're supposed to be doing while you're here on the planet this lifetime. You're being pulled by purpose and vision and mission, and you're not heeding the call because of the partnership. Healthy and the kind of partnership that is right for you is the kind that would absolutely support you focusing on yourself. If that isn't this person, then you've got some thinking to do about that. You've got some reflection to do, because I see it in the reading as these are just your fears. I don't necessarily see this person going anywhere, but these are your fears, and they can be powerful if you hold on to them instead of allowing this transformation. And you've got Death and the Ten of Swords here, which are, you've got to let this go. It's your needed focus. Let's look at what you're leaving behind in the past. Yeah, you're leaving behind a different kind of perspective on love and partnership, because you got the Two of Cups and the Hierophant. To me, these two together seems like, for some of you Taurans, you may have been caught up in like religious expectations or rules about how love and partnership should go, and that may have kept you bound to an unhealthy partnership for far too long. For others of you, this is more of kind of the, you know, Disney prince or princess fairy tale story, that kind of image that you're letting go and adopting now a more practical, real life, immersed experience of love. So there's kind of this rite of passage going on in the category of love and partnerships for you. Let's look at this strength you have here of the Nine of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. You actually closing up this journey of the way that you viewed love, and then the way that you want to experience and view love moving forward. This transition is really fueling you into some very important things. For one, it's a whole new way that you relate to the practical world. You are an earth sign, so already you have a certain kind of connection in working in the earthly and material realm. But I think what I'm seeing here is that your finances are actually going to begin to change as you work through these more mental, emotional, spiritual aspects. Something new and fresh is coming in for you financially. And then you have the King of Cups, which is beautiful. This is a mastery of the heart, a mastery of the emotions, bringing things into a great balance emotionally. And this hasn't always been easy for you. This hasn't always been easy, but now, because of the work that you're doing in closing out this process and the way you used to look at things, right? And all the things that come with it, like the petty jealousy and just the spying and the, you know, like the social media spying and that kind of stuff, like all of those more petty things are coming to an end for you. Let's look at this Devil in the future. You got the Four of Swords and the King of Swords, and you had the Queen of Swords over in your hopes and fears. So when we're looking at the future, these are always potentials because energies are always in motion. But what I see here is that it is so important for you to allow this healing. You are letting go of something big and you are transforming something very big having to do with love and partnerships. So as you continue on this journey, there's going to be times where you just need to heal. You need to go rest. And Taurus, you know how to rest when it's time. You need to make sure that that's a priority. And you need to have boundaries around that with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is kind of screaming to me boundaries for you. So that anytime you feel you might be slipping back into some of the pettier energies that go along with your past. Remember, it's been your MO. It's been your modus operandi to be in these energies pretty much your whole life. You're going through this new rite of passage when it comes to relationships. It's not an overnight thing. But for the month of August, it's showing up pretty powerfully, I think, because you're making some big moves here. So make sure you're prioritizing your healing, Taurus. Whew. Let's look at this Five of Pentacles and the advice and support. The Moon and the Chariot. Taurus, in this reading, I've been getting the feeling that you have some friends, some allies. I don't know if you're going to a counselor for some of you. You may be going to counseling. You are being invited to really lean into your support system here. Really lean into your support system. And, you know, part of your whole, for some of you, that whole past, you know, fairy tale belief in love and romance and everything that left out all of the practical, this is how we have to move day to day, we have to heal as we go, all those things that weren't there, that has kept you in a place of scarcity. It's really interesting. And so you're going deep into this. From what I can see, you're going very deep into this. And it's important that you lean into those tools and supportive people that help you move through it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a vibe. I can feel it. I can feel like you feel it in your body. It kind of rises up from the lower energy centers to the heart, and you get this warming feeling. And when you get that, that means that that's the person, the modality, the situation that you're supposed to be working with. Because it actually, what it's doing is, it's like your heart is putting this sonar out to your subconscious. And your subconscious already kind of knows what's going on. So it's kind of vibing over here, just waiting for the heart signal. So you're aligning these things. It's actually a really cool process and super powerful. And it's very nurturing for you as well. I actually feel the more you lean into these support systems, the more and the deeper you're willing to go, the more freedom comes for you. All right, let's look at your environment with the Judgment card here. The Queen of Swords. Boy, you are the King and Queen of Swords this time, Taurus. And the High Priestess. Okay, so this is good, and this reinforces what I just said about there's people or persons. Now, I want you to look outside of this partnership, okay? So your most intimate connection, your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, you're looking outside of that. I'm talking about friends, mentors, coaches, counselors, a modality, a breathing technique, all of those kinds of things, spiritual connection, spiritual wisdom, something you're studying that, you know, fills you up and excites you. Those kinds of things are what you really need to be pulling in and working with. If you're spending all your time on and focused on what this other person is doing in your partnership here, it takes you back into those old energies, and your greater being is surely, definitely trying to move forward. Let's look at the Queen of Swords and this hopes and fears here. The Page of Cups and the Emperor. Yes, you are so scared that if you don't focus all your love and attention on this person, that they are going to leave. That is what you're afraid of. Because in the past, you dealt with people who would check out like that. And maybe they wouldn't leave, but they would just check out and be with you. And you're like, well, now what? Now what do I do? Your biggest fear is that if you don't give all your love and attention to this person, like if you focus on yourself, if you pull away and focus on yourself, that they're going to leave. But you're also afraid, what if they don't? This is a new feeling. What if they don't leave? What if they stay? What if they're stable? What if they actually are there still and they're like, hey, there you are. Come on back. Let's talk about how it's been going for us. Let's go have a nice dinner. What if they are that emperor? Or empress? What if they are that for you? You want it and you fear it. Let's look at the potential outcome for you, Taurus. The 8 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. So you had the 4 of Cups there. Now remember I said, usually I feel that as like the universe is trying to talk to you and you're not listening. That's what this is here. You are being given the opportunity, and now you're hearing it from me in this reading, that you are being gifted, like through your own work, your own hard work that you're done. Now you're being gifted. You have this support system around you. You know what to do. But that fear of losing this person, or that they'll go away, they'll be like the others. It's like you'll lose track or lose them, lose track of the relationship. That's why that devil comes up in the future, because it's an issue of control, and you don't have control over love itself. It flows. Love is a flow. You can dam it up. You can interrupt the flow if you want to, but all that does is put you in a position of wanting to check out, wanting to run away, feeling defensive, getting in those jealous energies. So you get to pick, Taurus. Wow. Okay. Taurus, let's pull you a card from the Earth Warriors Oracle to close off your reading today. Taurus, you got the number 18 card, Kuntur Yakak. Blessings from the son of Hana Pacha. Condor swiftly brings the will of the Great Spirit to earth through the gift of powerful medicine Despite great odds, even in the face of what may appear to be an inevitable defeat, extraordinary triumph is at hand. This is the prophecy of resurrection, of the rising up of what was thought to be lost. It shall happen with unexpected and surprising swiftness. Your divine destiny is now held in the guiding hand of a great spiritual master. And Taurus, do you know who that great spiritual master is? You. You are that great spiritual master. You are Condor. Embrace that energy, and that will help you move through letting these things go and entering into a whole new era of love, partnership, and relationship. It begins with you. It begins with you. Taurus, what an amazing time it's been to share this experience with you. Great reading. Wow. This is a lot of deep, in-depth work. You're really digging deep on this one. Very shamanic feeling, spiritual, practical, bringing it all together. I couldn't be more delighted to offer these readings, and I can't wait to see you next time.